Okay, good evening and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Masechah Shabbos, Perek Gimel, Mishnayos Beis and Gimel. Mishnah Beis says, "Ha'osa shnei bati nirin b'nirin, v'akeros b'nafa v'kfaro v'sal chayav." This talks about, we talked about yesterday, different types of weaves. Ariga is to weave something. Here we're talking about the twill weave or the denim weave. So if you take shnei bati nirin, if you look at the Rabbi, he explains this. It's basically you take two threads and then you take one thread across, right? Two threads vertical and one horizontal, which is basically the twill thread. The kiras, whether you do it in denim and clothing, binafa, vikar, ovasal, or you do it. A lot of times, sieves have a weave like this, or baskets. Right? It's supposed to be a thicker weave, a more expensive shirt with a twill weave. Chayav, you're chayav because that's also considered a valid weave. Hatover shtei tfiros, akarev nasid for shtei tfiros. The shear for sewing, which is different malacha. Sewing is when there's a rip in a garment, right? You want to sew it back together. There it's shtei tfiros. There it's two threads, because it's not like weaving something. Weaving something is you're making the baguette. When you're repairing something, it has to be more substantial. You need two stitches. If you rip something, or something you have to rip something even more to sew it back together. So if you're doing it only amanas litfor, then you're chayav. It has to be masak. You'll learn in the next mission. It has to be productive. It has to be a business like productive activity in order to be chayav on Shabbos. So it has to be, you have to rip enough that you could, that space that you ripped, you can has a space to stitch two new stitches to repair it. You get angry. A lot of people get angry. They rip certain things. They rip their clothes. Almeso, rip pieces of paper. Almeso, or someone dies, and you're not mechuyev to do kriya for him, as the Mefarshim say. Right? You're just angry that he died. He was a friend of yours, not one of your dying krovim. In general, anyone who rips for destructive purposes, he's pater. Or he does any malacha for a destructive purpose, he's pater. If you destroy something in order to fix it, like, soser manas livnos, right? You build something, you destroy something in order to build it. That is the malach. Only shiur k'masakin. The shear has to be enough that it enables you to a tikkun, right? You erase something in order to write shtei osios. It has to be enough of an erasure in order that you should be able to write two osios, such as the shear of the tikkun. Stay tuned for Iyam Mitzvah when I talk about kolam kachal maturin. The halacha is we don't really follow like a kareh b'chamasa. When you rip because you're angry, you are chayiv for that, the Gemara says, because you do nachas ruach for Yetzer Hara. Yetzer Hara tells you to be angry. When you rip something, you assuage your Yetzer Hara. So it is misakin. It is considered something that's productive. I'll talk about the meaning of productivity when it comes to Malachas Shabbos, how it all fits into it, about Korei Abkamasal your chayiv and regular Makakal your Pturin, Iyam Mitzion coming up next.